And I remember when I got up, like, it was this tall figure standing there. Woo! You know what I mean? It was somebody standing there. I'm like, is he gonna do something? Like, what's up? And I get off my bed and I see that whatever it is has not moved. Then I'm closer, like I'm talking about me and him, or this entity are like face to face, or like actually really not face to face, it was face to chest, or I don't even know, I might have been looking at his belly button the way as tall as what this thing was. And now I really can see, and I'm like, this is literally a person standing in the doorway and they're not saying nothing to me. What's up, everybody? So jumping right into this. Okay, so y'all know I've been talking to y'all about maybe doing like my paranormal experiences and stuff like that. Yeah, so I had just did a live and I was about to tell it, but then as soon as I looked at my phone, it was like at 1%, of course. So what I did was, because y'all know I don't talk about this stuff in my room or near my room, is I went to an area. I have my camera right here, I have my tripod, and I'm gonna just tell y'all the story right here. So just to give y'all some back history, because I know y'all want to know the story, but like it's always good to know some back history because y'all really don't know me. So since I was younger, I have always, like, I feel like I'm just, okay, I don't know, I just feel like there's certain people that understand what I'm talking about. Like our whole family just has that vibe, like whether it's some people that have like premonition, people that could just like, if you let me stop, if you do not believe in this stuff, it might be like, I don't know, it could be interesting for you, but I don't know, you might not understand or get it. But like, yeah, it's, I don't know, I feel like it just runs to the family, whether it's just like, I don't know, it's always been something. Like my cousins, my younger cousins, baby cousins, like my grandma, my mom, like just, I don't know, like I just feel like God just gave us certain gifts, and I just feel like some people are more sensitive to energy and like the things around us, because what we see, like, and like I'm just going off of my beliefs and like how I feel, what we see around us, like how y'all see these beautiful sceneries and all that stuff, like this is not it. Like, yeah, this is what we see, but it is like more like that we just can't see. The video might be a little lengthy because I'm gonna tell y'all about me, so yeah, I'll try to put maybe like something in here that lets you know when the video starts, but I feel like it's important for y'all to know. Like I said, I don't even know how to explain it. Like my mom used to have premonition, my grandma, I just feel like all of us like just have certain gifts, like whether it's seeing, it's like I'm trying to say it, but I don't want to freak nobody out, like just seeing dead people. Some people are able to like tell when someone is not about to be here that long. They can like tell they're not about to. It's just like a lot, and it's like, I guess this is my first time talking about it, so I'm like, I'm having a hard time talking about it, but it is what it is. I grew up with this stuff. So I grew up in the church, and I'm not gonna make this like a religion video, but I am gonna say like me praying to God and asking him for certain things, because like my mom, like with her premonition, like she asked for God to like take it away, like because she was like, the stuff that she was seeing, like I've had family members that have seen stuff like with other family members or friends about them dying, and it would happen just like, oh, I'm real good with my intuition though. Let me tell you, my intuition is crazy. Like I could see stuff, oh, it's just crazy. I don't even want to talk about it, but anyway, so we're just gonna get into the video. So today I'm gonna be talking to y'all about okay, so I didn't know what these entities were called. I never really knew what I was seeing, but you know, when you have so much stuff, I know there's gonna be someone like me that's understanding why, you know, I'm having a hard time with this. They're gonna be watching this video and understand like why I'm having a hard time, because it's like you want to talk about it, but like you don't know if someone's gonna understand, you know what I mean? But surprisingly, a lot of people understand. So I would see these like entities or these figures, and I would never know what it was, and I would always blame it on me being like either sleep, because I always used to have well, not always, but I feel like some of us have a hard time distinguishing between whether we're dreaming or whether we're awake. Or like, have you ever been awake and something crazy happened to you, and like then you fell asleep right after, then by the time you actually woke up, you was like, damn, like I remember that happening, but I couldn't have been, that couldn't happen. that had to be a dream. Like, it was so crazy that it had to be a dream, but real life, it really happened. Yeah, it'd be stuff like that. So as scary as I am, I always find myself on the different side of YouTube where it's talking about paranormal stuff, hauntings and stuff like that, especially when I was younger. Now I stay away from that side, period. I mean, I'm knowledgeable about it, but I try not to watch those videos, especially if I'm in my room. I have to be with friends or like, you know, any of that. Especially like even scary movies. I've always been interested in scary movies, anything about hauntings, exorcisms, like all that stuff. It's like interesting to me. But I'm a scary person. Like, I'm very scary when it comes to that stuff. I'm scared of the dark. I sleep at night light. Like, it's all types of stuff. So back when I was like going on YouTube, not paying attention to, or not really listening to my inner conscience, you know what I'm saying? There's a YouTuber that I actually enjoyed watching. I can only watch her in the daytime though, but I enjoyed watching her videos, and she would do like paranormal videos, different storylines, or like just all types of stuff dealing with paranormal activity, whether it was real stuff, tales, legends, all that stuff. And then I don't know if y'all know, but Hayes Paris, she will also do videos on her paranormal experiences. And I was like, bro, I know it's not just me. Like, I know it's not just me, so I'm gonna tell y'all. Okay, when I was watching this specific YouTuber's videos, I had seen her make a video about what I had been seeing, and I'm like, bro, I've seen that before. Like, I said, nah, bro, nah, it can't be like a thing. Then I went to the comments and I was like, oh, it's a thing, like this is a thing. So then I went on Google, and of course you can't trust Google, but I wanted to see what Google had to say about it, and I saw what it was saying. So the name specifically on Google, or what I see on YouTube is called, they're called and basically what it is and what it looks like, or what these figures look like, that's exactly what they look like, figures. Picture like you're in your room, and you ever like be in your room with somebody and it's dark, and although it's dark and you really can't see, you can't see nothing, but you can see the outline of their body, like you can see their silhouette, it's black, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you can't really see, but you can see like that somebody's right there, it's their silhouette, it's all black, although it's dark, you know, in your room. That's exactly what it is. It's like exactly what it sounds like. It's these dark figures, and it sounds so cliche. I know, y'all, it sounds so cliche, but I'm just telling y'all my experience. Any of the ones that I've seen, they've always been super tall, bro. And that right there in itself is already like freaky. So they would be super tall, and I'm explaining y'all why it was like, I don't know. I've seen them on multiple occasions. I haven't really seen any, like, if we want to relate it to like age-wise, whether these entities have ages, or like whether they're children, teenagers, or like adults. I'm not sure, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm tall my damn self, so I don't know. But all I'm saying is that the ones that I've seen have always been real tall, and like big, like not big, but like, let me explain. So I remember when I was in my room, right? I cannot remember my specific age. I just know that I at least had to be, because it was around the time when, okay, because my father is passed away, but I have had a stepdad. And it was at the time he was living with us, and he plays a part in the story. So I think, I don't know how old I was. Was I 12? I might have been like in the range of 12, 13, 14, 15, like around that age. I really want to say like 12-ish, 13-ish. 14, 15-ish, one of them. I was like one of those ages, and everyone knew that I was scary when it came to like the dark times. They would like try to like pick with me and stuff like that. I was always that kid that if they would like try to leave me in the basement and stuff, bitches, they would try to leave me in the basement and like close the door on me, especially at our grandma's house. Oh, don't even, my great grandma's house. Oh, don't even let me get, don't even get me started on her. Like our grandma's house, oh, that's another story. They would always like lock me in the basement, you know, close the door on me, or like I would be the one to have to like be the last one down there and have to shut off all the lights, you know what I mean? And then I end up falling down the steps, then that really scared me. You know, when you run it and you try to shut off all the lights and you fall down, you know, that's the scariest part. So yeah, they used to always pick with me and lock me out. They did a lot of stuff to me because they knew I was scary. So even when I got older, people would pick with me. And it's so funny because I was such a scary child, but I love going to see scary movies. I don't know why I'm like that. Or I love looking at certain stuff on YouTube. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird. So my stepdad at the time, he would pick with me, and he would like try to scare me, you know, trying to be playful and stuff like that. I used to get annoyed sometimes, but trying to be playful, you know, trying to be that father person, like, you know, trying to play with you, like, rah, you know, scare you, boo, okay. But yeah, no, he would do certain things to always scare me, come in my room or stuff like that, just like little stuff. So I was used to it. There had been a time where I would be used to it and I would be like, we're gonna call him Brian. Yeah, we'll call him Brian. So there would be times where I'd be like, Brian, because I called him by his first name. I didn't call him dad or stepdad, nothing like that. So I'd be like, Brian, stop. Like, you know what I mean? It was always like the same thing, so I was used to it. So this specific day, I remember I was in my room and I was in my bed. And I don't know if I ever really showed y'all my room, but if you look at older videos when I first started YouTube, you'll see the layout of my room, I think. And I'm gonna try to put a clip in here of like the door that I'm talking about, that I'm gonna tell y'all about.
Don't come for me. It's like 3 in the morning. I just slapped these eyelashes on. Thank you.
So I remember I was in my bed and I was sleeping. It was a regular night. I said the way my room was set up, so like in the back it was my bed. I had a big bed. It was like a queen size bed, so it took up a lot of the room. Not really a lot of room because I had a huge room, but I had my bed and I had my dresser, I had my TV, I had another dresser and my windows, you know. So the way my windows were set up and the way with my bed, the way like the light was shining, the moonlight, it was like it was dark in there where you couldn't see nothing, but it was almost like you could still see the outline of things. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? I feel like that makes sense, but like, I don't know, I'm trying to paint a picture. So if someone was to walk in, you might not see them unless they got like this close to you. Or like they would have to be like, the way the light hits, they would have to be somewhere where the light was kind of coming in a little bit for you to be like, oh, is someone in my room, right? So I remember I woke up and it was like instantly. I remember I woke up and it's funny because I always used to wake up around 3 in the morning. Like there was this crazy time where I used to wake up at 3 in the morning. And I remember when I had my old best friend when I was younger, like I call her my elementary. No, I wasn't even in elementary. I was like, yeah, I think I was in elementary. My elementary school best friend, we used to go over her house all the time. Her mom used to always tell us about witch hour and stuff like that. Didn't really believe in like witch hour and stuff, but I would always wake up at 3 in the morning. I can't remember what time it was, but I remember sleeping, and then I remember getting up, and I always hate waking up and it being pitch black in my room. Like I hate that feeling of waking up and it's like pitch black. I have to have a night light. Like I don't like that. I don't like that at all. That's what happened because that's what I gotta say before we get to the story. Real quick, my mom, my brother, and my stepdad at the time, he knew, everybody in that house knew that I didn't like the dark, so I always told him to sleep with the hallway light on, or I always told my mom to sleep with her door cracked or open. Like I always needed my mom's door cracked open. Like I always needed somebody's door cracked open. Even with my little brother, like he would close his door and I hated that. So I was like, if he gonna close his door, the light gonna have to be on, or mommy's door gonna have to be cracked. Like yes, I was a chicken. Like I've always been like that. So boom, remember that. So the hall light was supposed to be on. But yeah, the hall light was supposed to be on, and that's what I was expecting when I woke up. So when I got up, I remember looking around and it was pitch black, and already I was like, but I had spoken, you know, my grandma, and they would always try to help me like not to be scared. So they would like tell me like, you know, just try to calm yourself down. That's what I was trying to do. Like I was trying not to like, you know, overreact, you know, because I had got hit. I had so much things, like so many different things that happened to me that I had got hit to. Like the more scared you are, the more vulnerable you make yourself, that's the more like these things try to pick with you. Like you're like inviting the energy depending on like what state of mind you're in. So I was trying to like, bro, it's almost like a dog. You know when they say like dogs can smell fear? Yeah, that's how it is with these specific entities. Like I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna just be like, stay confident, bro. I remember waking up, this like third time we done woke up, right? So I'm waking up and I remember I was like, I opened my eyes and I'm laying on my bed and I looked over, and when I turned in my bed, it's like I could see my door. Because like I told y'all, my dresser was on this side. This was my dresser. My window, it was like a long window right here. I had a big room. And then I had my dressers over here. But like when I got up, if I was sleeping on this side of my bed, I could, like if I turned my head, I could see my doorway and the hallway. Like I could see kind of into the hallway. And I remember when I got up, like it was this tall figure standing there. And And let me tell y'all why I wasn't scared at first. Because I had woke up kind of scared because it was dark. The reason why I didn't freak out was because I didn't tell y'all my stepdad, right? He was huge. Like, I'm trying to even think of how tall he was. Like, he was like 6, not like no 6'3", 6'4". My stepdad was tall, bro. He was like one of those big guys. I cannot remember if he was like, was he 6'7"? I can't remember how tall he was. But he was tall, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? So when I seen this, who did I think it was? Like, I'm thinking it was my stepdad, because like I told y'all, he plays with me all the time. So I'm just like, you know, I'm annoyed at this point. I'm like, so I was like looking, and I was waiting for him to turn on my light and say like, are you okay? Like, you know what I mean? Because at first, because sometimes I'll scream in my sleep and not know. So I thought maybe that's what I did. And he was coming out of his room, right? Oh my gosh. Whoa! You know what I mean? So yeah, so I remember turning around and I was like looking, waiting, and too much time had passed. And I was like, oh, he really playing today. Like, ooh, he is really trying to play that role today. And I said, okay, you know, champ, he really trying to scare me today. That's crazy. I was like, Brian, why are you playing right now? Like, stop. And, you know, so I'm talking, and whatever I'm talking to is not talking back to me. You know what I'm saying? It's not talking back to me. And I was expecting him to say something, but he wasn't saying nothing. Because, you know, I'm thinking this is my stepdad. But, bro, I wasn't saying that to me. He was silent. So I was like, Brian, you know, what are you doing? Brian, like, if you keep standing there like that, I'm going to tell my mom when she wakes up, because, you know, I'm scared. Like, because after so many times, like, I was like, bro, this is annoying. I'm going to tell my mom on you. Like, I was not playing with him. And I started to think, like, maybe I was, like, tripping. Because, you know, it's like, you know, you just woke up. Maybe, like, I'm just, you know, in a state of mind. I'm seeing things. No. I know what I saw. And the way the light was shining in my doorway, it was somebody standing there. So I thought, you know, I was like, Paige, maybe from a distance it looks like that. But you know, sometimes when you get up and you start to move closer towards whatever it is that you're looking at, you know how it'll like kind of like, in the dark time, it'll kind of like, you'll be like, oh, okay, that was nothing, right? Got up from the bed, like after like, I think it had to be like 3 minutes of me just looking, because I'm like, is he gonna do something? Like, what's up? Like, after like 3 or so minutes, I get up. That's a long time when you just waking up. I get up. And I get off my bed and I see that whatever it is has not moved. And it's there. And I'm talking about, y'all, I'm 5'10". I don't know if any of y'all knew that, but like, this had to be like, I'm 5'10". So like, if I was holding y'all up, this thing had to be literally like he was like, look, like, he was tall. Yo, like, whatever this was tall. So, I gotta sit y'all back up. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about, like, if in order to speak to this thing, because I'm gonna tell you about that, I had to be looking like directly up, like, and that's a lot for me because I'm tall. So I remember getting so close to, like, this is my tripod, and I remember getting so close to my doorway, and I was just like, because the whole time I was walking over there, I was like, ooh. Sorry, I just said my stepdad's name. So the whole time I was walking over there, I was just like, Brian, like, why are you playing? Like, this is not funny. I'm like, Brian. Like, okay, like, you can go to sleep now. Like, I've been scared. Like, okay, you can go to sleep. So then I'm closer. Like, I'm talking about me and him, or this entity, are like face to face, or like actually really not face to face. We was face to chest, or I don't even know. I might have been looking at his belly button the way as tall as what this thing was. And now I really could see, and I'm like, this is literally a person standing in the doorway, and they're not saying nothing to me. Like, this is real live. Like, what is going on here? So I'm just sitting, I'm just like, so I'm like looking at, I'm like, Brian, why, you know, because now I'm mad. I'm like, Brian, why are you still standing here? I'm like, I'm gonna tell my mom. Like, you're like scaring me. Like, I'm gonna tell my mom. And it was just, bruh, solid. I'm just talking about, like, just right there, just like this. And I'm just like, Brian. I'm like, bruh, I'm like about to start yelling. Like, I was freaking out. I was like, Brian. So what I did was, because I wasn't even thinking about it, because I was so like, I was just so stuck on the fact. I'm like, what is going on? Like, why isn't he moving? So I just flipped on the light. I was like, Brian! And I flipped on the light. Yo, why was nothing there? In my mom's room, to where my stepdad would have been, why was their door closed? Bitch, I was shook. I was like, That's what I was like. I was like, bro. And I remember talking to my stepdad. I was so freaked out. Like, bro, the hall lights went on, everything went on. I was so freaked out. I was like, oh my God. I kept trying to tell myself, like, bitch, like, what was that? Like, I kept trying to just put up excuses. And I remember talking to my stepdad, and I said, nah, I think what happened was maybe he was just moving fast. You know what I'm saying? But the door was closed, so that couldn't even work. But I remember asking him, I was like, Brian, I said, why were you trying to scare me last night? And he was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, you don't know what I'm talking about? You know, that's the worst when someone don't know what you're talking about. I was like, you was trying to scare me last night, bro. I'm like, you were trying to scare me. Like, you were standing in my door. You know? And like, he was just like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was just like, oh my God. I was just like, oh my goodness. So yeah, that right there was just crazy. And the thing that it is, the reason why it's so interesting is because supposedly if you read up on these specific entities, supposedly, and it sounds so cliche, y'all, but once I read up on them and I linked them to, like, because I just read up on them probably like 2017, and this happened back when I was like 13ish, 14ish, you know, around that time range. So reading up on them, it was saying like how the only way to make them like go away is like turn on the lights. And it's funny because whatever it was, it went away. And I thought I was tripping, but then it happened again. So years later, bro. So maybe like, I would say like 2 or 3 years later, it happened again. And this is when I was like, is there something in this house? Because I was just like, it was the same, let me tell you. This time when I saw this specific entity, it was the same height. It was the same height. And I was just like, what in the world is in this house? Like, what is in this house? Because, and it's crazy, man. This is gonna be long. I don't know, this is gonna be like kind of like a long video. And I'm trying to see if I want this to be a long video or if I should like stop this video and I don't know, go into, I don't know. I'm thinking about if I'm gonna stop this video because I have another story. Oh, I could do a part 2. So boom, if you want to know the rest of what happened with this other time that I had a experience with this these entities, spirits, I don't know, then I want you to get this up, you know, the views. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm like tripping right now because like I haven't told that story in so long and I'm like tripping. So yeah, I'm gonna tell part 2, but just get the views up on this. I'm gonna put the views of what this has to reach for me to put out part 2 and the likes and stuff like that, and then I will tell y'all what happened the next time, because the next time I just thought about it, it's more stuff to the story. I'm about to record it right now, but it involves somebody else now. Okay, so I'll see y'all later, and I hope y'all enjoyed this, and if y'all have ever had this experience, you know, let me know. So